Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping, and I want to look at some things today about what's happening to our world, how things are just really exploding. And it's little things that happen that we just don't even think about. And then all of a sudden, every one of these is like a building block. This one on top of this one on top of this one. And pretty soon, the world as we know it is gone. And our whole world has collapsed. So, what can we do? How can we stop this? Well, one way, of course, is to be prepared. So, let's see what's going on in the world today. And maybe you'll get some ideas on what you need to do to prepare yourself and protect yourself. And of course, one way they are coming after us through the back door, maybe. If you have a college student, one of your kids has just started college, on their first visit home, you're going to be able to detect that they're being brainwashed right away. They're going to come home with all of these different ideas that you're going to be shocked. You're going to say, how could they, in just a little, maybe 3 months, maybe 2 months, come away with all of this? Well, if we go over here to the newamerican.com, and it says public schools brainwashing children to eat bugs, and this is today's date, September 10th, 2022. And this is how they get it into the family, into people feeling that it's okay because the students are doing it. So a fifth grade students in Sarasota, Florida were given pictures and assignments that touted the alleged benefits of consuming insects. And if you look down here, Americans need to get past their fears of eating unfamiliar things, the propaganda piece decreed. For many reasons, insects and seaweed may be the foods of the future. Of course, there was no mention of the concerns of eating insects. You know, the chitin in bugs, that's supposedly a health hazard, and it can injure organs, leading to asthma, dermatitis, and even death. So they talked about, these are the reading assignments for impressionable school children. So this is how they start, by brainwashing the children. And if you have a child in school now, you should start getting busy with going to the school board meetings and saying that you don't agree with this. Now, what else happened over the weekend, and this is from the Epoch Times, new merchant code approved for card purchases of guns and ammunition. Now, the reason this is important is because once there's a merchant code, when you use your credit card to buy ammunition, they're going to know immediately you bought something from a gun shop. And they can say, oh, you're at a gun shop, and they can say declined. So this amalgamated bank, which calls itself America's socially responsible bank, said its decision to push for creating the new code is the result of nearly 3 years of research and partnership with experts. And these experts are against guns, Guns Down America, Giffords Law Center, and broad support from elected officials, pension funds, and others. See, previously, or right now, currently credit card companies classify retailers with other merchants as either 5999 miscellaneous retail store or 5941 sporting goods stores. And so now if they give their own category to firearm stores, then you know it'll just be a matter of time before they press the button and you no longer can purchase a gun. And this also, they mention it in the centersquare.com, and they talk about it there. And then everything's happening at once, and we kind of get almost, I guess immune might be the word, to what's going on. And here we have on the Gateway Pundit, woman beheaded with a sword in front of onlookers in California. So this woman was beheaded, and we're so used to the criminals now that we don't even think about it. It doesn't even raise a red flag, but it should. If you're a prepper, you should know that you've got to be ready because anything can happen anytime, anywhere, in the grocery store parking lot, in the Home Depot parking lot, at your schools, your kids' parking lot at the school. Just have to be ready and prepared and your head on a swivel. And then we go over here to newstarget.com. A PhD economist says energy and financial situation in Europe is much worse than many understand, warns of mayhem in weeks or months. And this is on September 9th by Ethan Huff. And he says things are really bad over there with the steel mills shutting down and the energy sector in disarray. And Europeans are at the mercy of the authorities. And if you go down here, this is what's important. In order to bring about this great reset, Schwab and his minions first have to tear down the old system, which is exactly what is taking place right now with Europe at the forefront of the engineered collapse. So you know if they do it to Europe, it's coming here. And it won't take a long time either. The rest of the West will follow in its footsteps, but right now all eyes are on Europe and its impending collapse. He says, I'm betting that we still have a few weeks, a month at the max, before mayhem truly begins. And here's what they want you to do. Take precautionary measures, stock, cash, food, water, wood if you have a stove, and other necessities. So take heed there. Take precautionary measures, stock, cash, food, water, wood, and other necessities. Do you need medications, vitamins, medical supplies? They all clearly said what they are going to do, build back better. So it has to be destroyed first. The collapse of Western civilization is well underway. So the collapse of Western civilization is well underway. Pay attention to what's happening overseas because you can be sure it's coming here. And then if you look here, this is from Bloomberg. EU economy risks full stop on energy crisis, Belgium warns. Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo warned that Europe needs to act immediately to address the energy crisis or risk the kind of fundamental economic shutdown that the bloc would struggle to recover from. A few weeks like this and the European economy will just go into full stop. Recovering from that is going to be much more complicated than intervening in gas markets today, he said. So, we've got the problems over in Europe. We've got going after kids, and we know they've been brainwashing kids. We've got this new code for the guns stores so that they can eventually stop you from buying guns. We've got crime out of control. And there's one more here that I have to show you, and this is from CNET.com. Scientists create cyborg cockroaches controlled by solar backpacks. And it says they might be used in search and rescue missions. Of course, they're small enough that they can send them in to monitor you. But look at all of this stuff they had to put on this cockroach. And it's a Madagascar hissing cockroach, and it's 2.5 inches long, I think I read somewhere. And what they did is they put a backpack on it and wired it to the nervous system. And if we go down here, see how the cockroach is going this way, and then they push the button and it turns them to the right. So they can guide it anywhere they want. And they can put cameras on it. They can send it in to look at you, see what you're doing. You wouldn't even know. They've got those really small drones now that are the size of a fly that they could send into various places. Are they going to send it into your house and my house? Probably not now. But if you buy the guns and you buy the ammo and they see that you're on the list, maybe they will. So these are just some things that are going on in the world today, showing you how we're getting ready for the big collapse. And I don't think it's that far away. I wish I could tell you, oh, it's going to be years from now. But I have a feeling everything's going to come to a head this winter when Europe has problems, when they just don't have the electric they need, they don't have the natural gas they need, they're freezing, they don't have the food, the fertilizer plants that have shut down, the steel mills that have shut down. It's just, I think that's what's going to bring everything to a head. So pay close attention to what's going on over there. And you're not going to see it on mainstream media. You know that, and I know that. So please comment below. Please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And thanks so much for watching.